Oh, it's just, I can't explain to you, and no video that I've watched so far explains it either, how breathtaking this is. Good morning from Tusayan, Arizona. Today is the day we're gonna go see the Grand Canyon. I am so excited, but first I gotta show you something. I was getting my makeup on and Jeff finally opened up the curtains for the first time this morning. He goes, "It's snowing," and I was like, what? Because it's mid-April, so we're Texans, you know, from us, we're getting into summertime. Did not expect snow. I don't even think it was on the forecast. Let me show you. This is the second video in my Arizona, Utah series, so if that interests you, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss when those videos upload. But first, coffee. Okay, coffee acquired. Maybe my brain will start working here in just a minute. So about a mile north of Tusayan, you're already going to reach the entrance to Grand Canyon National Park. This is the point, kind of like a toll booth, if you've ever been through one of those, where you will pick a lane and go through and pay your entrance fee to get in. An entrance fee is usually based per vehicle and not per person. You will need to pick the correct lane depending on if you're in maybe a smaller private car or maybe whether you're in a big RV. So they do have different size lanes for those. And don't forget, I know I've said it before in my Carlsbad Caverns video, in my White Sands National Park video, this is the point where you can also use that America the Beautiful pass, that pass that you buy once a year for 80 bucks. It's good for your whole car and it gets you into every national park in the United States. The only thing to remember about that is don't forget it at home. That's my fault. I forgot it. Most likely it is still in my hiking backpack from Guadalupe Peak. And I think in my packing, totally forgot about it, which really, it kind of stinks. We've already gotten our money's worth on it, but yeah, my bad, forgot it. Anyway, we're here. It costs us $35 to get in. Some lanes will take cash and some of them are card only, so be sure you're paying attention when you get into the correct lane. I'm about to give you two big tips for the price of one. Whatever you do, hang on to your vehicle entrance receipt. The first reason is because if you plan to visit the Grand Canyon more than one day, this receipt actually gets you in for one fee of $35 for 7 days. If you lose this receipt, they have no way of getting you a new one. So the second tip is hang on to it, because if you don't and you accidentally throw it away, you will not be able to get back into the park without paying another vehicle entrance fee. If you're like us and you got a hotel in Tusayan, you will need this receipt to get back in the next day. So whatever you do, don't throw it away. Oh, it's a moose. Oh, it's a moose. Hold on, I can't see. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
That's why people are stopped.
I've never, yeah, I thought we were just in line to get into the park. Oh my God, I've never seen one before in real life. Or is this an elk? I'm so confused, you guys. I wondered, we thought that, well, I thought we were just like in another line, probably to go through some other pass or like to, I know we hadn't made it to, anyways, doesn't matter. But that was crazy. I've never seen anything more than maybe like deer outside of a zoo. And that's what I was telling him. I mean, I know that they have like bear here, but I've never seen a bear outside of a zoo. I'm gonna call it an elk. Correct me if I'm wrong. Put it down in the comments if you know exactly what this is. I'm just excited. That was cool. That was really cool. Okay, so when we came into the park, I mean, there's lots of places you can park. There's lots of scenic overlooks, trails, stuff like that. When you check in at the ranger station, they will give you a map. So from there, if you don't already kind of have a plan in mind on what you're looking for, take a look at that map and see if anything jumps out at you. We drove most of the way in, all the way into the village, and parked in parking lot D, And so now we're taking a short walk to one of the scenic overlooks here. And I can tell you, I can already see part of the Grand Canyon, and it's amazing. You just gotta come see it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can tell you right now, just looking at the screen on the camera, absolutely no justice for this place. I don't really know exactly where I'm going, but over here next to the Bright Angel Trail, it said that there's a worship site. Yeah, it looks like this trail, it does keep going up there. And it looks like it's got some really good scenic overlook. Look at these people down on the trail. I really do wish that I could capture on camera how beautiful this is. It's just not possible. Okay, we are squeezing the glutes. Oh, and you gotta squeeze those glutes. Squeeze those glutes. Okay. That's cool that they put benches up here. Okay. Oh. Turns out the trail that we were just on, or the one that Jeff is actually still on, is the Rim Trail. So this is a trail that kind of stays right along the edge of the South Rim, and it goes from one end to the other. So if you wanted to, you could hike the whole thing. There's a porta potty. If you need to go to the bathroom, there's a porta potty. Anyways, if you wanted to hike the whole thing, you can. But if you want to maybe save your legs, or maybe you're not as physically fit, maybe you're older, you have some health conditions, they do have these shuttle bus stations here. Look at your map and kind of figure out where you're trying to get to, and you can take the shuttle to these like scenic points without having to hike the whole thing through. So right now Jeff went to another scenic point. I'll try to point it out to you on the camera here on the edge, but I was kind of feeling uneasy. It's one of the reasons why I haven't edited my Guadalupe Peak video. Just apparently I'm a lot more afraid of heights than I ever realized. But anyways, I decided to come back down. I had kind of reached my limit, and he has continued on the trail. I think if you're not absolutely petrified of heights, this trail is not a bad trail. But for me, I could tell that I was probably headed to having another Guadalupe Peak panic attack. So I decided that it was a better time for me to just stop. While I'm thinking about it, if you're finding this video helpful, consider hitting that like button, because it really does help out the video. Okay, something I just learned, they can take about 39 to 40 passengers per bus. Someone earlier said they were letting people stand so they could take more, but that doesn't seem to be the case on this bus. On this red trail, she said they'll make 9 stops going down the trail and 3 stops back, and they will make announcements for each stop, just like a regular bus, so that you know when to get off.
At 9 scenic viewpoints on the way to Hermit's Rest, but will only make 3 stops on the return trip. Total time for the loop is approximately 80 minutes, not including the time you spend out enjoying the vistas.
Okay, so I took the red line to Maricopa Point, and Jeff is supposed to be here somewhere. He continued on the Rim Trail where I stopped. He kept going. Oh, I see him. There he is. Oh, it's just, I can't explain to you, and no video that I've watched so far explains it either, how breathtaking this is. Wow. I mean it. I just feel like I'm at a loss for words. Absolutely at a loss for words. We are up here with the birds, aren't we? Oh, it's a little windier out here. It is windy, yes. Yeah, wow.
This is the best view I've seen so far.
I mean, look how far you can see. Okay, I picked up Jeff at Maricopa Point. We saw that, we got on the bus, and we took it a few stops down to Mojave Point. So we're gonna look at this. She said that it dropped by about 30 feet from where we were a minute ago, and it's got a good view of the Colorado River and the rapids that helped form this canyon. So let's go take a look. I don't see the river. Oh, I see, okay. There it is. Right there is the Colorado River. We'll see if we can walk and get a little bit better view maybe. She said this was a really good area. Definitely watch your step. There are a lot of areas here we found that are paved and pretty well okay for people with, you know, limited mobility. I would not say that this is probably an area for people who are in a wheelchair, but definitely if you just have maybe some very limited mobility issues, you could still probably do a lot of this. Oh, that's pretty, yeah. There's the Colorado River. That's so cool. Jeff is being my hero and getting some of the closer shots out there where I just don't have the stomach to go. I was just reading a plaque that said that these peak formations that you see here are called temples. And there's all different types like cliffs, slopes, alcoves, plateaus, mesas, buttes, terraces, and platforms, and they all make up what they call the temples of the Grand Canyon. Okay, so Jeff is at a map. Let me kind of show you where we started, where we're at, and where we're going. So currently, and mind you, this is the South Road. We are here at Mojave Point. When we first started filming, we were here at this bus stop. We did the rim trail up through here. I stopped about here and came back. Jeff kept going, and then I got on the bus and I met him where? Oh yeah, over here at Maricopa Point. Then we got on the bus and skipped a couple of stops, got to Mojave Point, and then from here, I'm not really sure what the plan is. We may end up taking it either out to Pima Point and then the end of the red line to Hermit's Rest, or we may just go to Hermit's Rest. But for this red line, this is your next spot where you can get food, water to refill your water bottles, if you need a telephone, if you need a bathroom. It's all the way out here. There's nothing in this whole area, so you need to plan ahead. Take your drinks, take your snacks. You've got one bathroom here and then nothing else until the end. Sorry, there was so much wind noise that I've just decided to voice over this section because you wouldn't be able to understand what I was saying. So what I was trying to point out here is that if you want to walk the rim trail, there are certain sections that are paved and some that are not. Everywhere you see the solid black trail line, that's a paved path. And then as you get out here with the dotted line, that's an unpaved path. Once you get down here to the Monument Creek Vista area, it turns into a paved, multi-use Greenway Trail. This part of the trail is good for wheelchair accessibility, hiking, and biking. This paved Greenway Trail then turns into a paved pedestrian Greenway Trail. This is the part of the Greenway Trail that is only good for those in wheelchair or those hiking. It is not accessible for bikes. Some of these routes go both ways back and forth on the trail, and then some of them only go one direction. So make sure that you check out the signage so that you go in the right direction when you get on the bus, and let me show you what I'm talking about. So for instance, from this point on, we want to go to Hermit's Rest. So we want to make sure that we're on the bus stop that says westbound and make sure, you know, we know that it ends at Hermit's Rest. Whereas over here, that says eastbound to Grand Canyon Village. So make sure you're reading the signs so you make sure you get on the right bus and you don't end up going in the wrong direction. Okay, our bus just let us off at Hermit's Rest. So we're going to go down here. This is the last point on this red line. He said normally you have water access here, but it's currently being worked on, so no water access. But you can still go to the bathroom. They do have a gift shop and I think a little snack bar as well. So we are gonna see if maybe we can get a snack. Wow, that is one heck of a fireplace. Okay, so here at Hermit's Ridge, Hermit's Rest. Here at Hermit's Rest, we went into the gift shop, looked around. I did get some cute little thoughts with the Grand Canyon on them, so that's good. I also got a book. I'm going to insert some footage of it here, but I know a couple of little boys that would love a book called Who Pooped in the Park. So got that for them. We ended up getting a couple of little snacks. So they do have very light snacks, like maybe a bag of chips, cookie, stuff like that. We did get a pre-made turkey and cheese sandwich. Got a black and white cookie, black and tan cookie. Did get a half coffee, half hot chocolate, so that sounds good. And then I got, he got a water and I got a lemonade. So we're gonna sit here for just a little while, look at this beautiful view that I'm about to show you, eat our snacks, and then we'll figure out our next plan of action here at the Grand Canyon. I think that sandwich and that lemonade was like exactly what I needed. It was just enough. And this coffee slash hot chocolate is really hitting the spot. I don't know if you know this, but down in the description below is the link for my little Buy Me a Coffee page. So if you are interested in supporting my travels and supporting this channel, consider clicking on that link and buying me a coffee. It always helps. These travels are very exhausting, so it's nice to stop and rest and get a coffee for a second. We just found this out, so this is going to be like a little pro tip from me to you. Whenever you go to Hermit's Rest, get your snacks and go kind of follow the trail back behind the gift shop, because if you keep going back here, there's a turnaround and it's just like beauty and picnics. And I wish that we would have brought our little sandwich down here and sat at a picnic table and had our snacks. I wanted to kind of give you an idea what the wheelchair accessible routes look like. The paths are paved and they're wider, so that's helpful. Just so you know, if you are going from Hermit's Rest to Pima Point, you are most likely going to be climbing about 100 feet worth of elevation. That's true. Jeff just did kind of point out, it is 100 feet of elevation gain, but it's over a mile. So from Pima Point to Hermit's Rest, either way, is about a mile walk. Usually your average person's probably gonna get that done in 20 minutes or less. Beautiful views. And so far, someone like me who's petrified of heights, doing great. Okay, so we have walked, I don't know, probably about 0.4 miles, there we go. If you want to abort the mission here, you can go back up here, take a right, go back where we came from, or you can forge on. This part of the trail turns into the Greenway Trail. It is wider and along with hiking and wheelchair accessible features. You can also take your bike down here. Oh yeah. It's down there, isn't it? There are the rapids that we were looking at earlier. Yeah. That's cool. Okay, we rode the red line back down here where it meets the blue line at the Bright Angel Trailhead. Here you'll also find restrooms. Again, they've got the refillable water stations if you need them. By the way, we did refill our water bottles here, and the sign says that the water is actually natural spring water from Grand Canyon, so that's kind of cool. But we are going to walk up here towards the village and kind of see what's going on up there. I know they've got some historic hotels and maybe a place to get another snack, 'cause I'm hungry again. I know I looked up some accommodations here at the Bright Angel Lodge, especially these cute little cabins that they have. So definitely check that out. I wasn't really sure exactly how primitive they were on the inside. I know they've got running water, and I believe the bathroom and shower and stuff's inside, but I could be wrong. But definitely check it out, because it is down here in the national park. So really you'd be able to just come out of your front door and get on the trails. Of course, here at the Bright Angel Lodge, they have a gift shop. There is a cocktail bar here. Yeah, I think we may look into this next time we come in. I think they had me at the wagon in the lobby. So when we were in the gift shop, we saw that they had a cocktail bar, and I asked the guy, I was like, I think I know the answer to this, but can we get a cocktail and come out here and sit? And he's like, not here, but. So if you go out the back of the Bright Angel Lodge, where the rim trail is, go down just a little bit, and there is a steakhouse here. And so they were able to give us a beer. Yeah, let me get my beer. Got a beer? And we can't go over there where everybody's walking, where the edge of the Grand Canyon is, but we can stay in this cute little designated area and get some sunshine and drink our beer. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a load off for just a little bit, maybe film a little bit with the GoPro for my kind of like travel ASMR videos. If you've never seen those, personally I love them. I like having them on when I'm working or something, but it just gives you a little background ambiance from different travel destinations that we've gone to. I've got one on the Maldives. Actually, I've got two about the Maldives, and then now I'm gonna make one about the Grand Canyon too. So definitely check those out. Those are always fun. Okay, while we're sitting here having a drink, this might be the perfect time to kind of tell you what you're gonna find when you come down to this Grand Canyon village. So we are sitting sort of behind Bright Angel Lodge. Now in Bright Angel Lodge, you're gonna have two different types of places to eat. There's the cocktail bar where you can sit down and have a meal, and then they also have the burger place that's back here that you can kind of grab and go. We are physically sitting at the Arizona Steakhouse. That's where we got our drink. We can sit out here, or you can get in there and have a meal as well. And we're kind of more on the west end of things, so if you took one of the shuttle buses and went down to the east side, you're going to be more on the Yavapai side. There's a Yavapai Lodge there. They've got a place to eat. Of course, there's lodging there if you want to stay out that way. And then back where parking lot D was that we parked this morning, there's the Masque Lodge that has more of a cafeteria style place to get something to eat. El Tovar Hotel is one of the oldest hotels here. They do have a sit-down restaurant. I believe you have to make reservations. They do breakfast, tapas, soup, salads, fine dining, stuff like that. And then in the village, there's also Canyon Village Market and Deli General Store. There you're gonna find stuff like breakfast sandwiches, burritos, sandwiches, salads, and pizza. Out by Mather Point, you've got Bright Angel Bicycles and Cafe. They've got prepackaged sandwiches and breakfast burritos. Like I said, as far as lodging out here in the village, you've got Bright Angel Lodge, El Tovar Hotel, Masque Lodge, Kachina Lodge, and Thunderbird Lodge. There's also Yavapai Lodge and Phantom Ranch, but to my knowledge, that's one that you actually have to hike down into the canyon, and I believe you stay there overnight, at least one night, because I don't think that you can make it down in a day and back up. It's just not going to happen. So if you're thinking about a Phantom Ranch type of excursion, you need to go ahead and get that in your mind. You're going to be hiking down into the canyon. You're going to be probably staying there at least one night and then hiking back up the next day. There's so much more information that I couldn't possibly read off to you about Grand Canyon National Park. So I'm going to put some links in the description bar below. Be sure to go check those out. I could see this as something you could do for a day. I mean, we really only have a day here, but I could see this as something that we could do for several days and not see it all. We've had a great time today. The views are spectacular, and I know I've seen it on some posters already, but no, the pictures and the movies can never do this place justice. You've got to come see this with your own eyes. It's gonna blow you away. Gosh, I hope this video has been entertaining and helpful for you. Let me know down in the description below if you have any questions about planning a trip out to the Grand Canyon, and definitely let me know what the most exciting part about coming to the Grand Canyon is for you. My next videos are going to be of us going to Page, we're going to go to Horseshoe Bend, and we're going to get a special tour of Antelope Canyon. You do not want to miss that. Be sure that you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, and please, please, please hit that like button because it sure does help. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Safe and beautiful travels. Bye.